Hello and welcome. And today we're taking a look at Hexoscape, which is a new map builder that is available as a web app at hexoscape.com. When you jump into Hexoscape, first you'll see kind of this map in front of you. You interact it by left clicking and moving around. In right click, you can drag left and right. You'll also see up here in the right hand corner, we have a button to enter and exit full screen. It's full screen here just for showing it off. A print view of the map that you'll be able to use and print off to see build instructions, which is really cool, and a way to switch over to 2D and 3D mode. Over here on the left-hand side, we have build. So this allows you to select what terrain type you want, undo and redo moves, what the piece size is when you choose a type. So if I want a grass type, I have the choice of a 1, a 2, a 3, a 7, and a 24. And then of course you have select and the last select. You have the ability to rotate your orientation. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. And then you are able to toggle between what layer you're currently using. Layer 0 is just your board, and then layer 5 is like the top of your board. This is where you can create a new map, create a shareable URL, download the map, or load a map from a file before. You also have the ability to increase your map size and decrease as well as width here. And you can also shift every piece on the board if you make a mistake. And then finally we have the view tab, which has zoom to map, which will pull you close to the map, lock camera, which means you won't be able to use camera controls anymore, and reset camera, which will put it back to a default state. Here you can use perspective versus orthographic. This is a perspective view, and this is an orthographic view. And if you don't know the difference between perspective and orthographic, basically that means every tile is the same size in an orthographic view. So it's much easier to kind of reason about where tiles are in the space because they're all the same size. But it does look a little strange. This tile back here is the same size as the tile here, even though there's a difference in distance. While switching to a perspective view, this tile appears bigger than the tile back here. For most of this video, I'll be using the orthographic view just because I'm kind of familiar with it. So you're able to take pictures. So here it is taking a picture, and that is what the map portrait will be when you try to export. We also have view options. So turning on and off this turns on and off the outlines for the map. Render light and shadows is used for, I believe, the output if you want to take a picture, where you can hide the tabletop or not in this as an option. You can turn on hex heights, and then high quality render, which adds a little bit of texture to the actual builders. So that's a quick overview of everything that's in here. I'm going to take a shot at building a 3-player map because we have a friend that wants to come over and play. While there are quite a few 3-player maps out there in the world, I want to try my hand at making my own. And I hope that you guys use this as inspiration of creating your own 3-player maps because I want to see them. I want to see 4-player, 5-player maps. And hopefully we have more map makers that come into the community that use this tool. So I think as a first step, I'm going to go over to File and create a new map. We have here kind of a setup. This map title you can change to whatever you want it to, but they have a nice little random generator that you can use, which is super awesome. Oh, the Fields of Alfheim. That sounds like fun. You can choose between map shape of rectangular or hexagon. So that's just basically going to make your map height different. with rectangle, you saw before that you have a height and width. With a hexagon, you have a diameter. So like 14 is pretty big. You could go all the way up to 20 as a diameter. I think I'm gonna make a rectangular map just because I feel that that base is easier to create a 3-player on. I've definitely seen hexagon-based 3-player maps, but for what I want to do, I think this is going to work out. You can then choose what sets you have, and this is going to create your build constraints. I personally hate build constraints because I have a lot of terrain that was not particularly a part of a set and was piecemealed together. So I don't know how much I have. I just know that I have enough most of the time to build things, with the caveat of the specialty pieces like walls and trees. So I'm not going to create any build constraints. 20 by 20 seems okay. A lot of times a 2-player map is going to be 17 by something. So yeah. So 12 being small seems correct. 20 being medium seems, yeah. And 25, yeah, 25 would be pretty big. But I have more width available in a 3-player game than I do height, because I want to be able to have 3 people to play, but I also want the width to not have, I want players to be able to put their cards on the table that we have. To whoever develops this, it would be nice if you had dimensions in inches or millimeters, just because I know the dimensions of this table, but I don't necessarily know without laying out all like HeroScape to get a like hex measurement of the table. I might just start measuring things in HeroScape hexes. We're gonna create this map, and here we have a blank canvas of our map. So let's start building. I feel like you always need to start with, for start zones, I feel like for start zones, grass is a good choice, rock. I don't have a lot of sand 24s, because I like using 24s as the start hexes for games, just because it's really easy to have that as your layer 1, and everybody, it's fair. But also, I guess I could make it a more limited start zone with 7s and 2s. That might be better, because you can get some more interesting start shapes with that. Yeah, but let's do it in rock. So let's make some rock 7s. Here we have the interface. Let's have player 1, or what I'm thinking as player 1, be kind of here. Like, I have all of this space. Okay, so there's that, and that. And we're gonna use the hotkeys of Q and E to change the shape or the direction that these pieces go. And this is kind of stuttery, so bear with me. And I'm gonna turn on the piece outlines again. Here's player 1. Let's do that over here. I did not put these on the same level. And here comes my first kind of gripe, unfortunately, with this, is I have no idea how to select and move these up. So all I can really do is undo my mistakes. And then retry what I've done. So let's try this again. Okay. And then we should have, it will be a little asymmetrical, I think. But that's okay. I never claimed to be a perfect map builder. If If I made it one more, though, I think I could put it in the middle. Okay, so then let's undo. Okay, that means that a piece, yeah, perfect. It means that a piece fits there, kind of bisecting it. That looks right. Okay, so that would be the middle, which means this would come down. Okay, that looks like a start zone. And then you can actually map your start zones. All right, so we have our 3 start zones. I think that looks pretty good. Now let's put in some grass since this is a field, right? So see if I can fit some 24s in here. I love using 24s as the base because it just makes it a lot easier for me when building. Okay, so that doesn't fit well. This might nestle in well here with a nice nestle in. Ooh, okay, so if I nestle into that one with this one, oh, it's overlapping. Ugh. I put it here because I want to maybe put in a river or something. That one goes there. That goes there. This map's gonna be cursed. I'm just gonna put that out there right here, right now. That would be rather asymmetrical, but oh well. Let's put in our water at layer 0. See what that would look like. So I'm thinking like a nice little, oh, water. Yeah, water only has 3 now. Okay, interesting. Put in the 3 there. Okay, so there's this nice little dividing line between, this is ending up being cursed. Let's fill in some of the gaps and see how I feel. Do I want down here? I feel like if I want to go put more space down here, I need to kind of increase the water amount. So let's try and do that. Ooh, what if I put like a 7 down here with something special? See, but if I put something special down there, I wonder what keeps these players from just grabbing it. Nice sand 7 down there. What could I do? Because it feels really unfair for this player up here, especially being so far away from it. What if those weren't water? Walls instead? Or trees? Trees would be good. I think I have enough trees. That would look kind of ugly though. Walls, yeah. Let's say we use our walls, but first we have to delete this. We have to delete this water. And then we have to put in some grass. I'm thinking walls here and here. Just a line of wall. So this player, you know, to get to this thing just needs to go straight shot. These people need to go and deal with going around and down. But that would also cause them to kind of conflict here. Which sounds like a good time. So these are castle walls. Let's do lower walls. Let's add 2 square triangle pillar. So wall pillar. Good error message. Okay. I get it. So let's build like this. And then the wall, the actual wall, goes in between. There we go. I feel like I'm very much vibe map building right now. Okay, that's kind of fun. I feel like having flying here would be really good, but what if I put a no fly glyph like right here? Wouldn't that be kind of fun? That way these players couldn't kind of just fly over to get what's ever in there. I think Wanok in that center region would be really kind of funny. The fight for Wanok on the fields of Alfheim. Kind of like that. It seems kind of fun. Let's fill in some of the missing pieces here in the bottom, because I have no idea and we're back. Yeah, so let's fill in these with grass ones. Oh, okay. So it's reproducible. Blessing and a curse there. All right, so I'm gonna actually try and use rock ones to fill in the map here, because the grass ones seem to be crashing the software. Okay, so it likes rock ones. Oh, I don't want to put a rock one there. Oh, I'll select, and then let's delete that. And okay, I think that's like a good layer one like thing kind of idea. Let's add another layer of big stuff. Yeah, let's have that fit here. Whatever, this is fine. Let's do rock with then grass 7s. Here and here. That should be fun. This might just be cursed. Trees? Trees are good. Tree there, tree there. Bushes? Bushes are good. Put bush there, bush there, bush there. Oh, I do have battlements. Road. Is there road? Road. Road there. Yeah, and this map is not symmetrical at all. Let's do battlements on those. It was there. I had it. Battlements are a little annoying to put on. Actually, maybe they're not. All right, it's not the best map, but for, you know, an hour of work and like just looking at it, like, okay. And so now I can actually, let's take a PNG. Let's go see that. That's going to be the picture for it. And then let's download it. But so now I've downloaded it, and you know, I can share it off with people. Let's go into print view. Like, this is amazing, right? like that the start zone is layer 2. I feel like that should be layer, like only shown on the last layer. So that's a little weird. But there's my picture. And this is really easy to read, I feel. Yeah, I'm impressed. I like it. I like it a lot. Looking at like the output for the JSON, it looks like there's future improvements and things going to be added. You know, we've been stuck with the old kind of Windows program for building maps, and like whoever made that did an awesome job for the time period. But having a web app that you're able to just go to and start creating, I think is a great step forward for the future of HeroScape. And I'd love to see your guys' creation. You know, send me your map.jsons or your map JSON files to adam@hexhalla.com. Real easy to send that over, and you know, I can take a look and we'll see, you know, what your maps you're building. And especially if they're 2 players, maybe they'll get featured here on the channel if they look fun and interesting. Yeah, I think that's all I have for this. I think this is a great step forward for the future of HeroScape, and I'm really looking forward to what this web developer is going to do in the future and how this is going to progress. Hopefully this is seen as kind of useful feedback, kind of a quick overview of this, and hopefully you know, the web developer, whoever they are, will take a look at this and you know, see where I'm struggling and maybe tell me where I'm going wrong. It would be really nice to be able to select and move already placed things. You know, it's free, it's out there. You guys could go to hexoscape.com right now and try this out. It's super cool.